Netflix Animated Studios has introduced some of the most over-the-top villains, from power-hungry tyrants to laughably ridiculous creatures. But spoiler alert, they all get defeated in the most entertaining ways possible. In this video, we'll dive into how these villains meet their hilarious and often completely unexpected ends. Because let's face it, no evil plan survives a hero with a good comeback. In the movie Klaus, 2019, Mrs. Crumb and Mr. Ellingbo are shocked to discover their children are in a relationship and pursue them. The final scene shows them at their children's wedding, reluctantly accepting their new roles as parents-in-law and ending their long-standing feud. It's unclear if Mrs. Crumb ever fully warmed to her daughter-in-law over time. In Fearless, 2020, Reed and Melanie sneak onto Dr. Arcanus' ship after discovering he's stolen the babies. They escape with the babies in an emergency pod, landing in a nearby city. Dr. Arcanus transforms into a powerful giant and unleashes his robot army, overwhelming the military. Just in time, the babies master their superpowers and join the fight. Together, they destroy the robots and defeat Dr. Arcanus by disabling his power source, an electrical device on his neck which gave him the power to become larger. In Back to the Outback, 2021, Chaz pursues his targets, firing a bazooka, but the frilled lizard and koalas intervene. Seeking revenge, the dung beetles hurl large boulders at him and Chazzy. In the scuffle, a fire truck's ladder hits Chaz and his son, but they narrowly avoid a cliff. As Chaz reunites with his son, a boulder slams into the truck, sending it off the cliff. Chazzy dangles from the broken ladder, but Maddie helps Chaz pull him to safety. Chaz hugs the animals that saved them and says goodbye to Maddie in the Outback. Chaz and his son, forever changed, head back to Sydney. In Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio, 2022, after the bombing at a fascist juvenile training camp, Volpe arrives with Spazzatura. Volpe ties up Pinocchio and prepares to burn him alive as revenge for ruining his circus business. However, Spazzatura has a change of heart and saves Pinocchio. Volpe and Spazzatura fight, and both fall off a cliff. Spazzatura survives the fall, hitting the water, but Volpe dies after hitting a rock, ending his cruel reign over Pinocchio. In The Sea Beast, 2022, Crow arrives at Three Bridges with Red and reveals it to the shocked king, queen, and crowd. Jacob intervenes, stopping Crow from killing Red, and a fierce fight ensues. Meanwhile, Maisie and Sarah Sharp team up to free Red. As Crow prepares to attack Red again, Maisie stands in the way, protecting the sea beast. Red, however, wants revenge against Crow. Maisie's words make Crow realize that the humans, not the sea monsters, started the war. Captain Crow, along with the crowd, turn against the royals as Maisie reveals the truth about the sea monster legend. In Wendell and Wild, 2022, after the Old Guard members are revived, they join the council, and their vote helps secure approval for the Klaxons to build a prison in Rustbank. The Klaxons celebrate and provide Bests with the promised support money. As construction begins, Lane and Irmgard announce plans to demolish Rustbank, but Kat and her family protest the project. Irmgard orders the bulldozers to proceed, but Kat and her friends successfully stop them. The Klaxons attempt to flee but are arrested by the police, as witnesses testify about their previous arson attack on the brewery, which was meant to force Rustbank's development.
Not me.
In The Monkey King, 2023, the Dragon King swells to immense proportions by absorbing water, intent on flooding everything in his path. The Monkey King returns to confront him, but without his magical stick and facing the Dragon King's newfound strength, he finds himself overwhelmed. With quick thinking, Lin tricks the Dragon King into attacking the monkey, which gives him the chance to reclaim the stick. Armed with its power, the Monkey King defeats the Dragon King, shrinking him back to his normal size. The Dragon King pleads for mercy, but the Monkey King shows no mercy, crushing him into a small lizard and forcing him to flee in defeat. In the movie Leo, 2023, after Miss Malkin realizes Leo has been helping her students, she takes him home and learns that she never fulfilled her dream of becoming a real teacher. The next day, her class wins the history fair, earning a field trip to Magic Land Park. Wanting all the credit, Miss Malkin abandons Leo in the Everglades. When the students realize he's missing, she lies and claims Leo left. On the trip, Miss Malkin confesses her mistake to the students, and they work together to find Leo. After they locate him, she forgives Leo, earns a full-time teaching position at Fort Myers Elementary, and adopts Leo and Squirtle as class pets. However, Principal Spawn assigns her to teach kindergartners. In Thelma the Unicorn, 2024, Thelma and her friends attend Sparkle Palooza, where she reappears in disguise and courageously admits to her deception, catching Vic off guard. To her surprise, the audience embraces her honesty. Meanwhile, Vic tries to make amends with Nikki, only to be rejected. Nikki, moved by Thelma's confession, takes decisive action by shooting Megan from her blowhole straight into Vic, realizing that she no longer needs him in her life. In Ultraman Rising, 2024, during a climactic battle, Onda, filled with rage, attempts to destroy Ultraman using the destroyer's shield and blades. However, Ultraman and Ultradad, supported by Mecha Gigantron and Emmy, counter with a powerful spacium beam, disabling the destroyer and stopping Onda's plan. In despair, Onda activates the robot's self-destruct, threatening Tokyo Bay with destruction. He watches a final image of his daughter, hoping for a reunion. As Ultraman prevents the explosion, Onda, relieved, accepts his fate. His survival after the blast remains uncertain. In the Woody Woodpecker movie, Back to Camp, 2024, Woody is captured but manages to fire a flare, alerting both camps to his plight. He exposes Buzz's illegal activities and his plot to steal the treasure. In retaliation, Buzz traps the campers in the kitchen, but they manage to escape. As they try to recover the stolen chest, Maggie becomes trapped, and Woody selflessly sacrifices his chance to stop Buzz in order to save her, falling unconscious in the process. Later, the campers make an unexpected discovery. The treasure was actually in the statue of Obadiah, and Woody learns that he has an ancestor connected to the land. In a mid-credits scene, Buzz and his partner Darren, realizing the chest only contained rocks, crash their helicopter and are promptly arrested outside a police station. In the end, Netflix Animated Studios shows that no villain's plan is too big to fail, thanks to heroes armed with wit, luck, and epic comebacks. Whether through clever tricks or unexpected twists, these bad guys never see their defeat coming, and we're all here for it. See you guys at our next adventure. And please, my friends, don't forget to like and subscribe